Hi, Danielle at Danielle TBD.
Marisa at Marisa Rothman.
And this is We Have Thoughts. And today we're here to talk about the new comedy shows from the major networks that we were pleasantly surprised by, that we enjoyed, that some of them you've already seen a couple of episodes by now. But I don't know, I think there are a lot of shows this season that are very traditional in their humor and in their format. And I think one of the shows that obviously stays far, far away from that is the new normal. And I think just for me personally, because of the fact that it is trying to stick to the single camera format and the single camera format, not just of shooting, of production, but that type of humor where it's not just joke, that really kind of endeared me to the show initially. And as it's gone on, because by now I've actually seen the first three, I really like how they're evolving all of the characters. Like in the pilot, I kind of felt, well, you know, I really like Ellen Barkin, I really like Nene Leakes. I think they're funny, but I felt like they had a really easy job almost, you know, to kind of punch the humor home, to say a line that you kind of can't believe they've said because they're crazy and they're larger than life. And there's a really easy tendency for those types of characters to become one note. And I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen the third episode, but I will say that there's two actually moments in there for Ellen Barkin that I didn't expect them to do so early on, where they really showed her as a full person and as she has flaws, and she's obviously kind of bigoted, but she also has a really good heart in a different way. And I love the idea that, you know, they're kind of building this family, baby or not. I couldn't care less if they actually have a baby. I like the fact that they're bringing this kind of messed up woman and her child in, and they're all taking care of each other.
Yeah. First of all, I want to apologize for the sirens you may be hearing, because there's...
No, I was going to ignore it because they might not even hear it, and then we look crazy.
Now it's all crazy. No, but I would say, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of sirens going in the background.
Maybe.
Big fire in LA. It's fun times. And it's also 500 degrees outside, so...
They don't know.
I know, but she's mocking me. She's been mocking my sunglasses.
Because sunglasses have nothing to do with heat. They have to do with sun, and we're not in the sun.
We're outside.
Right.
It is.
She just doesn't go outside.
That's true, too.
Anyway.
But anyways, we are a whole brand new normal. We're normal.
I don't think we're normal.
Not quite that way.
I mean, I don't like to use the word normal ever. I know. I appreciate it. I just, go ahead.
No.
What do you think about the new normal?
I actually, you know, I was very curious before I turned on the pilot, because there are so many things that could have gone terribly, terribly wrong with this show. Mm-hmm. And I will say right up front, I am not a particular fan of the Real Housewife genre.
Okay.
Which is what, I wasn't really quite fond of Nene Leakes, on Glee.
Okay, I didn't see her on Glee.
I saw her on Glee, and it felt like she was basically just saying all the things they wanted Sue Sylvester to say, but didn't want to have her say because they still wanted to make her semi-likable.
Probably. No, I wouldn't be surprised.
And it just, you know, when I kind of watched the pilot, I kind of felt the same way about her in that sense, but at the same time, I still so massively enjoyed the show in spite of her presence. I'm sure you're a lovely woman.
Well,
the character just wasn't something that appeals to me, but the rest of the show I feel like works so well that I'm able to overlook it and still really enjoy it. Like some other shows, if one actor or one character annoys me, I just sometimes can't if it's just too much of a great acquaintance, where this show is just so heartwarming. Like, I feel like...
I was surprised by.
Right, and it's like, it could be so, you know, cheesy, because you could think, okay, we're showing you how everyone is special in their own very way. It could be very afternoon special, after school special.
They don't do those anymore anyway.
Yeah.
No one knows what we're talking about. We're too old.
Sorry, internet age.
but it's true.
No, it could be a very special episode of X, but every single week.
Right.
But there's something about this show that I just find so likable, and I want these characters to do well. I want them to have their family, whether it happens this season or 5 seasons from now, whatever it takes. I like that they're forming their own kind of messed up family,
right?
And it's little little pieces of a jigsaw being formed together to do a nice little puzzle that we didn't really anticipate happening. And it's funny. It makes me laugh out loud. I mean, I think the kid is adorable. There are a lot of adorable kids on TV this year. That'll actually be a trend in today's segment.
Probably.
Adorable kids.
Thinking of the shows we're going to talk about.
Yeah, there are adorable kids in them. But yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised. And Ellen I think it's really takes a character that could be massively hateable. In many ways, like the Sue Sylvester character on Glee, which is the easy comparison because, you know, Ryan Murphy is involved with both shows, even though Ali Adler, I think, is the main...
but she was involved in Glee, too.
But she wasn't involved in the creation of Glee. No. It's a whole hybrid of creative minds. Yeah. But so, it very much... I liked the show. It's really one of the shows that I'm really most looking forward to seeing how it grows throughout the season, and I really hope it stays strong. We've seen in the past some Ryan Murphy shows have had their ups and downs.
But
so
since
it's an Ali show, I'm really hoping that it takes the heart that the Ryan shows tend to have, and the heart that obviously Ali brings to her writing, and can contain the steadiness of Ali's writing. Right. So please stay good.
And I mean, I will say, you talked about the very special episodes, and I will say that there were moments where I felt, even in the pilot, I felt like that's what they were doing, and that's why, normally when we try to do these types of reviews or snap judgments, we're only looking at the pilot. But that's why I'm kind of glad that today, we're doing it a little later and we've seen more, because of the fact that I might have changed my opinion slightly if we were just talking about the pilot. I enjoyed the pilot and I reviewed it positively, but I didn't know as much as I know now, and I haven't, I now know that for 3 episodes they've stayed consistently, in my opinion, going on the uptrend of not beating you over the head, not treating it like it's an after-school special, consistently making everybody more likable rather than keeping them the same, or having moments where all of a sudden you hate someone you never expected to hate. And you said a minute ago you weren't sure what you thought was, you said something like, I don't know what's most likable, and I was like, I will tell you what I think is most likable. Andrew, who I never got to see him in Book of Mormon. I didn't know a whole lot about him, admittedly, before seeing the pilot of New Normal, and since then I've seen him in other things, but I don't know, there's something about his character, could be a stereotype, because he is the more open and out there character, but he brings so much of the heart to it, and there are moments where I expect something different from the character. If somebody is berating him in a store because they don't like the fact that he's gay and that he's going to be a dad, and he didn't react the way that I thought he would react, and he just wore it all on his face, and it was so well done and so heartbreaking. And I don't know, I think as much as the kid is adorable, let's be honest, she is, I think he's kind of the breakout star of the show. Yeah.
He's kind of like the grown-up Kurt in many ways. And I think Chris Colfer is massively talented. So that's not at all an insult.
Possibly.
I feel like Chris Colfer could break my heart in things that should be
Oh, you mean not the character, you just mean the acting style.
Both. And that, the characters in many ways, I feel like the character is in many ways, they're growing up.
Okay.
But I feel like also the acting, they can both break my heart in things that could be completely stereotypically cheesy, but
and
they make
really
it
funny.
work. And they make really funny. They've got really great acting range. So it's impressive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.